Hello, once again. Welcome to lesson 188 in the Course in Miracles. Today's lesson is The Peace of God is Shining in Me Now. Why wait for heaven? Those who seek the light are merely covering their eyes. The light is in them now. Enlightenment is but a recognition, not a change at all. Light is not of the world, yet you who bear the light in you are alien here as well. The light came with you from your native home and stayed with you because it is your own. It is the only thing you bring with you from Him who is your source. It shines in you because its light is your home and leads you back to where it came from, and you are at home. This light cannot be lost. Why wait to find it in the future or believe it has been lost already or was never there? It can so easily be looked upon that arguments which prove it is not there become ridiculous. Who can deny the presence of what he beholds in him? It is not difficult to look within, for there all vision starts. There is no sight, but be it of dreams or from a truer source, that is not but the shadow of the seen through inward vision. There perception starts, and there it ends. It has no source but this. The peace of God is shining in you now, and from your heart extends around the world. It pauses to caress each living thing and leaves a blessing with it that remains forever and ever. What it gives must be eternal. It removes all thoughts of the ephemeral and valueless. It brings renewal to all tired hearts and lights all vision as it passes by. All of its gifts are given everyone, and everyone unites in giving thanks to you who give and you who have received. The shining in your mind reminds the world of what it has forgotten, and the world restores the memory to you as well. From your salvation radiates with gifts beyond all measure, given and returned. To you, the giver of gifts, does God Himself give thanks. And in his blessing does the light in you shine brighter, adding the gifts you have to offer the world. The peace of God can never be contained. Who recognizes it within himself must give it. And the means for giving it are in his understanding. He forgives because he recognized the truth in him. The peace of God is shining in you now and in all living things. In quietness is it acknowledged universally, for what your inward vision looks upon is your perception of the universe. Sit quietly and close your eyes. The light within you is sufficient. It alone has power to give the gift of sight to you. Exclude the outer world and let your thoughts fly to peace within. They know the way. For honest thoughts, untainted by the dream of worldly things outside yourself, become the holy messengers of God Himself. These thoughts you think with Him. They recognize their home, and they point surely to their source, where God the Father and the Son are one. God's peace is shining on them, but they must remain with you as well, for they were born within your mind, as yours was born in God's. They lead you back to peace from where they came, but to remind you, they heed your Father's voice when you refuse to listen, and they urge you gently to accept His word for what you are, instead of fantasies and shadows. They remind you that you are the co-creator of all things that live. For as the peace of God is shining in you, it must shine on them. We practice coming nearer to the light in us today. We take our wandering thoughts and gently bring them back to where they fall in line with all the thoughts we share with God. We will not let them stray. We let the light within our minds direct them to come home. We have betrayed them, ordering that they depart from us. But now we call them back and wash them clean of strange desires and disordered wishes. We restore to them the holiness of their inheritance. Thus, our minds are restored with them, and we acknowledge that the peace of God still shines in us and from us to all living things that share our life. We will forgive them all, absolving all the world from what we thought it did to us. For it is we who make the world as we would have it. Now we choose that it be innocent, devoid of sin, and open to salvation. And we lay our saving blessing on it as we say, "The peace of God is shining in me now. Let all things shine upon me in that peace, and let me bless them with the light in me." That is the end of lesson 188. The peace of God is shining in me now. What an amazing lesson to realize and to remember that the light that we have been seeking has always been with us. Like Dorothy's shoes, she always had the answer to her. And we simply need to acknowledge and notice and become aware that we have the peace and the light that we seek within us. And as we remember that, we will change the way that we look at the world. And so the world that we look at will change. Such a gift. We have the power of peace within us. We just need to accept it. All right. Let's see what Tina Spalding's channelings tell us today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. The peace of God shines in you today. It is merely covered with some dirt and debris that does not belong inside your mind. That is all that has caused your suffering today. Little ideas and belief, and some big ideas and beliefs that terrorized you into fear. It is a profound comprehension to realize that the very vital life force, the spirit, creativity, and love that inhabits you is your true nature. All those other prickles, distortions, and disturbances are not your true nature. They are ideas that interfere with your bliss. Ananda is bliss. Love is bliss. Peace is bliss. It happens when you have those moments on earth, you have all had them, during which you are perfectly happy. You may not be doing anything. You may just be sitting on a log, looking out at the ocean, or in a park, listening to the birds, or snuggled in your warm bed, and you are perfectly happy and needing nothing at all. Those moments, indeed, are precious because they show you it is not about fancy cars and big bank accounts. It is about peace. Those moments show you that peace of mind is the most precious gift you can give yourself. I'm going to read that one again. These moments show you that peace of mind is the most precious gift you can give yourself. When you enter these negatives, your short temper, your impatience, or your sharp tongue, remember that it is not your natural state. That is something you learned. It is something that is a distortion. It is something that is a little bit out of order. We want you to see it that way. Instead of saying, "I'm a terrible person because I don't like that other person. I'm a terrible person because I was short or flippant or sarcastic," or whatever crime you accuse yourself of, do not see it as you say, there's one of those aspects clouding the clearer mirror of my mind. There is one of those little distortions. It is not who I am, although it appears to be. It is an illusion. It comes out of my mouth, yes. The idea forms in my mind, but this is not the true me. The true me is kind, generous, loving, and creative, and believes in the truth of these teachings. When you doubt or lose faith, you leap to the side of the ego's fence. On that side is despair, death, sickness, fear, worry, and loneliness. Leap back to our side of the fence as soon as you feel yourself dip down. As soon as you feel yourself go down the dark rabbit hole. Do your best to prevent yourself from going down there by picking up A Course in Miracles, reading this book, or reading another one of our dear one's other books. Do your best to prevent yourself from going down that hole. If you go down that hole, then use it as a sound lesson to determine what's going on in your mind. Too much momentum in your negative beliefs, thoughts, and ideas can take you down the rabbit hole on a regular basis. Each time you go, ask yourself, what was I thinking the second before I started to go down the rabbit hole? What unloving thought did I have about myself or someone else right before I went down that rabbit hole? You will see it was a choice. It may have been an unconscious or less than intelligent choice, but it was a choice. You had an unloving thought, you believed that thought, and that thought took you into the ego's realm. The next time this happens, remain conscious and ask yourself, what did I just do before this happened? Doing this will help you sidestep the rabbit hole. Say, I don't need to go down there. I don't need to make this unloving decision. I do not need to attack myself or anyone else. I need to be free of these beliefs and ideas. The less frequently I choose them, the more free from them I become. I am that one that you know is Jesus, and we will speak to you again tomorrow. Clearly, peace of mind is a choice, but it also comes from awareness. It comes from being aware of your thoughts and your habits and the things that you do in those normally automatic, unconscious moments of life. If you can begin to listen to the inner dialogue of your mind, the sort of the angel and the devil on your shoulder, the ego and the spirit within you, you can become aware of those nuances that will clarify themselves as ego or as spirit. Spirit's thoughts will be all loving. They will bring you to peace. They will move you to love. The ego's thoughts will move you to fear and doubt and anxiety. If you can identify your emotions and then you can identify the thoughts that correspond with those, you can identify the differences between the ego and the spirit more effectively and more easily, and that will prevent you from going down the rabbit hole that Jesus was channeling through Tina Spalding. The peace of God is already in you. We just need to choose it. We just need to be aware of it. Good luck with this one today. Take your time with this and embrace it. Have a great day, everyone. I'll talk to you later. Bye.